This was a time capsule that had been sealed for 50 years. Inside, there were some future sketches made by kids from the past. As soon as the capsule was opened, the principal started pulling out letters from it. Then, in a random manner, he began distributing those letters among the children. As the kids started opening their letters, some found drawings of rockets, some got ideas for new technologies, and others saw designs of flying cars. But when a boy named Kostler opened his letter, all he saw were strange numbers. He had no idea what it was supposed to mean. He took the paper full of numbers home and showed it to his dad. His father, Cage, was a professor of astrophysics at MIT and an expert when it came to numbers. Wanting to help his son, he carefully started studying the letter. He wrote the numbers on a board and began analyzing them in different ways. At first, nothing made sense, but slowly, a date started to emerge, September 11th. Cage found this very odd and decided to look it up online, and the moment he saw it, he was shocked. September 11th, 2001, the day of the terrorist attack on the country. And not just the date, the number of deaths from that day was also written. The exact number, exactly how many lives were lost. But how was this possible? The letter had been written in 1959. That means someone predicted this 50 years before it happened. And with such accuracy, Cage now started looking deeper into the other numbers. He entered each number into his computer, and the dates and data he uncovered matched major events of the past. Earthquakes, disasters, attacks, everything was accurate, including the number of casualties. Whoever wrote these numbers had a precise understanding of major future events, although some numbers were still unclear to Cage. The next day, he told a colleague at his college about everything. He also gave him a warning. According to the paper, the next major incident was just 2 days away, and it said 71 people would die. But his colleague thought Cage was overthinking it. He told him to go home and get some rest. Cage felt discouraged and quietly returned home. He turned on the TV and began monitoring the news channels. Finally, the day written on the paper arrived. But the whole day passed and no major incident was reported. It was raining outside. Cage left to pick up his son from school. There was heavy traffic and cars were moving slowly. He called his colleague and said, "Maybe I was overthinking. It was probably just a bunch of numbers." But then he looked at his car's navigation screen. On the screen, the latitude and longitude were visible. Suddenly, he remembered the other numbers from the paper, the ones he hadn't been able to understand before. He quickly compared them, and everything became clear. Those numbers were exact geographic coordinates, and it was the exact same place where he was stuck in traffic. That meant today's disaster was going to happen right there. Traffic was intense, and police were also present. He tried talking to one of the officers about it, but before he could say much, the officer's face turned pale. Without saying a word, the cop ran off. Cage turned around, and right then, the very disaster he predicted occurred in front of his eyes. So friends, if you found out about a disaster before it happened, what would you do?